This is the letter A. A sounds like A. A. Can you see something that begins with A? A. Ant. Can you see something that begins with A? A. Ambulance. A. This is the letter B. B sounds like B. B. Can you see something that begins with B? B. Balloon. Can you see something that begins with B? B. Bee. B. This is the letter C. C sounds like K. K. Can you see something that begins with K? K. Cake. Can you see something that begins with K? K. Car. K. This is the letter D. D sounds like D. D. Can you see something that begins with D? D. Diamond. Can you see something that begins with D? D. Drill. D. This is the letter E. E sounds like E. E. Can you see something that begins with E? E. Eggplant. Can you see something that begins with E? E. Envelope. E. This is the letter F. F sounds like Can you see something that begins with fire? Can you see something that begins with flower? This is the letter G. G sounds like G. G. Can you see something that begins with G? G. Gift. Can you see something that begins with G? G. Girl. G. This is the letter H. H sounds like Can you see something that begins with hammer? Can you see something that begins with house? This is the letter I. I sounds like I. I. Can you see something that begins with I? I. Iguana. Can you see something that begins with I? I. Insect. I. This is the letter J. J sounds like J. J. Can you see something that begins with J? J. Jelly. Can you see something that begins with J? J. Jeep. J. This is the letter K. K sounds like K. Can you see something that begins with K? K. Kiwi. Can you see something that begins with K? K. Key. K. This is the letter L. L sounds like ul. Ul. Can you see something that begins with ul? Ul. Lock. Can you see something that begins with ul? Ul. Light bulb. Ul. This is the letter M. M sounds like mm. Mm. Can you see something that begins with mm? Mouse. Can you see something that begins with mm? Mountain. This is the letter N. N sounds like n. N. Can you see something that begins with n? Nurse. Can you see something that begins with n? Nut. This is the letter O. O sounds like O. O. Can you find something that begins with O? O. Octagon. Can you find something that begins with O? O. Orange. O. This is the letter P. P sounds like Can you see something that begins with P? Plant. Can you see something that begins with P? Pen. This is the letter Q. Q sounds like Qu. Qu. Can you see something that begins with Qu? Qu. Queen. Can you see something that begins with Qu? Qu. Quiet. Qu. This is the letter R. R sounds like er. Er. Can you see something that begins with er? Er. Ring. Can you see something that begins with er? Robot. This is the letter S. S sounds like S. S. Can you see something that begins with S? S. Sun. Can you see something that begins with S? S. Scissors. S. This is the letter T. T sounds like T. T. Can you see something that begins with T? T. Telephone. Can you see something that begins with T? T. Toolbox. This is the letter U. U sounds like a. A. Can you see something that begins with a? A. Unhappy. Can you see something that begins with a? A. Umbrella. A. This is the letter V. V sounds like V. V. Can you see something that begins with V? V. Violet. Can you see something that begins with V? V. Van. V. This is the letter W. W sounds like W. W. Can you see something that begins with W? W. Watch. Can you see something that begins with W? W. Watermelon. W. This is the letter X. X sounds like X. X. Can you see something that ends with X? X. Box. Can you see something that ends with X? X. 6. X. This is the letter Y. Y sounds like Y. Y. Can you see something beginning with Y? Y. yacht. Can you see something beginning with y? Yo-yo. Y. This is the letter Z or Z. Z or Z sound like Z. Z. Can you see something that begins with Z? Z. Zucchini. Can you see something that begins with Z? Z. Zebra. Z. Don't forget to subscribe for free and hit the notification bell icon to stay tuned for new kids learning videos every week.
Kids Learning.